Every Super Bowl for the last 8 years, I think about this picture right here. It still haunts me to this day. If you haven't heard this story before, I used to work at a middle school as a classroom aide for a sixth grade class. And one day during free time, a student named Chandler drew this picture for me. It's the two teams that he thought was going to go to the Super Bowl, Super Bowl 50, that wouldn't happen for another 3.5 months. Chandler comes over to my desk and gives me the drawing, and I'm like, oh, wow, he's a big Broncos fan. So I'm like, oh, it's the Broncos playing the Panthers. And he's just matter-of-factly like, yeah, it's the two teams that are going to go to the Super Bowl. I was like, oh, cool. What's the score? He goes back to his desk and he adds the score. It's going to be Broncos 24 to the Panthers 10. I had a drawer at my desk for all the drawings that the students gave me because I felt bad throwing them away. So into the drawer it went, and I totally forgot about it. Anyway, fast forward 3 months, and it's announced that the Broncos and the Panthers are going to the Super Bowl. And that Monday, I get to school, and I congratulate Chandler because, again, he's a big Broncos fan. I'm like, hey, buddy, congrats. Your team's going to the Super Bowl. And he's like, yeah, I told you they were going to go to the Super Bowl. They're playing the Panthers. You remember I gave you that drawing? And I was like, what? I go into my drawer and I find the drawing and I'm like, holy shit. And I go around, I show all the staff members. I'm like, look at what Chandler drew back around Halloween. And they're like, you need to put money on this game. Obviously, I know the outcome of what happened now, but at the time it was like, okay, how much money am I really going to put on this game? Like, am I going to put my life savings into this bet? No, I'm not. Of course not. I posted to Twitter and Facebook 2 days before the Super Bowl because after the game, no one's going to believe me. And 24 to 10. To just be able to pick the two teams that go to the Super Bowl is impressive enough, but to pick the score, it was a gift from God that I just chose to ignore. And Chandler, if you are watching this, you're like 20, 21 now. I'm sure you're on TikTok. Please, for the love of God, reach out to me. I have some questions about Sunday.